In this city, there was no law, only power and fear. And standing above it all was the blind judge. He wasn't like ordinary judges. Every ruling he gave was final. Some said even supernatural. His decisions became reality the moment they were spoken. No one knew if he was truly blind, or if the black cloth over his eyes hid something else, a piercing gaze that saw through everyone and everything. One day a case landed on his desk. It wasn't like any he had encountered before. The person who brought it forward was strange, almost threatening. A hood concealed their face, but their voice was sharp and cutting. "This is your case," they said. The judge opened the envelope they handed him. Inside was a photograph, an old, blurry image, but clear enough, the body of a young woman, strangled. The hands that had choked her wore black gloves, identical to the ones he always wore. The judge was used to controlling everything in the city. His word was law, but this time things were different. During the trial, the hooded figure presented damning evidence, photos, testimonies, and even old rumors of an unsolved murder the city had tried to forget. For the first time, the crowd, the same crowd that usually listened to him in reverent silence, started whispering, doubting, stirring with unrest. "What's your verdict?" asked the figure at the stand. The judge was trapped. If he declared himself innocent, the crowd would call him a liar and revolt. If he declared himself guilty, he would lose everything. "Guilty," he finally said, his voice steady. The word echoed through the courtroom like a death knell. The figure on the stand laughed, a hollow, chilling laugh, as if they had expected this all along. Slowly, they pulled back their hood. The judge froze. The face beneath it was familiar. It was the face of the dead woman, the victim from the photograph. "You're not blind," she said. "You just refuse to see." The crowd roared in fury. They realized the man they had worshipped as a just and fearless leader was nothing more than a murderer. They didn't want justice anymore. They wanted blood. Before the mob could storm the bench, the judge pulled out a pistol. He shot the woman at the stand. The bullet was quick and precise, and she crumpled to the floor. But as she fell, she smiled. A cold, knowing smile, as if she had already won. The crowd didn't stop. They charged toward him. When he left the courtroom, the city was in flames. The judge, who once ruled with absolute power, watched as everything he had built crumbled around him. And for the first time in years, the black cloth over his eyes truly blinded him.